What's going on, boxing fans? It's Pool Kind of Boxing coming at you with more boxing content for the boxing heads and the boxing mind. In an article or interview with the Barbershop Conversation, Deontay Wilder, he did an interview saying that their team is expecting Tyson Fury team to cheat. And so they know that Tyson Fury, he don't have any real power. Everybody knows Tyson Fury don't have any real power. And if you know anything about boxing, you don't develop power overnight or one or two or three boxing camps. So there are so many facts that's going on with Tyson Fury's camp that people just happy that Tyson Fury beat Wilder, but they're not looking at the gloves. If you look at Tyson Fury gloves with the blood on them, you've seen his gloves at the bottom of his gloves in the photos, him pulling the glove back and forth. These people, or racist fans, they don't want to deal with those facts. But we're finally starting to see where the writers, the sports writers, are starting to acknowledge that the dirty tactics that Tyson Fury used in the fight, the rabbit punches, he was not fined for that or disqualified for rabbit punching Deontay Wilder. So at least they're starting to acknowledge what everybody sees. When a fighter is disliked or hated in the fight, the boxing fans don't care what way they lose. So it's not so much that people or boxing fans love Tyson Fury, because on his own, when he fought Otto Wallin, his sales, he had no sales. He couldn't get any tickets. Only when he fights Deontay Wilder are people backing him because they dislike Deontay Wilder. So Deontay Wilder said in the interview that they know that Tyson Fury is going to come up with some kind of plan to cheat him out of his victory, because right now Tyson Fury don't have a boxing license in his own country because of PED usage, an investigation by the VADA program over there, and he skipped country and dropped his boxing license and came over here and fought Deontay Wilder. So he fought Klitschko under PED influence. He fought Christian Hammer up under PED usage. So the man is a cheat, but the media won't cover it. Not in America, not anywhere. They just want to give support to Tyson Fury against Wilder. And if this was Deontay Wilder who had PED usage in his past, that's all you would hear before any interview. You already hear about the allegations about, not allegations, but the things that they put out to Wilder the reporters, when they asked him about the water, the drugging of the water, and why he didn't have any legs because of the costume. So they're very thorough on one side, but you don't hear a peep about any of the things that Tyson Fury is running away from in his own country. In his entire career, he's cheated his entire career, and people are still supporting Tyson Fury over Wilder. So that's why I say that it's not about Tyson Fury, love for Tyson Fury. It's about hate towards Deontay Wilder. So, and the thing is that Deontay Wilder has done everything right. He's done nothing wrong. He's knocked out who he had to knock out. He's beaten who he had to beat. He hasn't, he's natural. He has no drug usage. He's not running from investigations from his own country. But this goes to show you that the rules are different for when you got the complexion for the protection, and that's the only thing that you can take from it, because you got media members attacking Deontay Wilder disrespectfully. They're going out their way to hire people, media members, to make up narratives to humiliate Deontay Wilder. And like the latest is being Chris Colbert calling Deontay Wilder a sucker. Tyson Fury went as far as to call Deontay Wilder a pussy. So these are things we just don't see in boxing. Stephen A. Smith went on a unusual tirade begging Deontay Wilder not to fight Tyson Fury because he got beat so bad. So these are unusual tactics, things that I've never seen in boxing before. This should tell people that there is an agenda going on to try to discourage Deontay Wilder from beating Tyson Fury. And I think they're very worried that they know what they've seen. How can you deny it? You look at the photos, people say the photos are photoshopped, but they're not. I mean, you see his fist in the bottom of the glove, I mean, it's not like a figment of our imaginations. We know Tyson Fury is running from a PED charge from his country. We know these things. We know this guy is the bottom of the barrel. And Deontay Wilder did himself a disservice by giving this guy an opportunity. And I think the people who dislike Deontay Wilder, they're enjoying the fact that this guy is dirty, and they're, even though they're backing him, what are they gonna do when Deontay Wilder beats him? Because he can't beat Deontay Wilder in an up and up battle, and so we know that in this fight that Fury's going to be watched closely, because everybody knows that Tyson Fury is going to try something. Nobody's worried about what Tyson Fury is going to do in the ring, because he has no true, real boxing skill. He uses his size, to bully and fall over you and injure you and tire you out. And, if you look at the real boxing, just go back and look at all the fights, Tyson Fury, he's no threat. Not when he's not on HGH or have loaded gloves. He's not a threat. So, and they know that, and Deontay Wilder know that. But if you let the media and you let the trolls and people, if you let them have the floor, they will try to set the climate that Deontay Wilder is worried. No, they know exactly who Tyson Fury is, and the media and the fans do too. They're just hoping that Tyson Fury comes up with something to save his face. That's why Wilder's making sure he's in peak condition and he's keeping his mind on the fight with Malik Scott. I'm pretty sure he's going to be watching Tyson Fury closely, and like Sugar Shane Mosley, coach called Margarigo caught his fist with cast in the gloves, and he was knocking out everybody. Once he got discovered that he had cast in his gloves, they got by the boxing commission. Then everybody was like, "Oh no, he cheated," and he hurt Cotto, and Cotto's career was never the same after Margarito, beat him to the body with those cast gloves. But Sugar Shane Mosley, coach Nassim Richard, caught it. So, but people are still trying to let Tyson Fury off the hook by saying that Wilder's team is at fault, and so it's still his fault if his team let it get by. Well, this is boxing, And if you come in cheating, it could cost somebody their lives. And from what I understand is, the fans just want to see Wilder lose by any means necessary. Well, if you have to do that, then doesn't that defeat the purpose if you have to cheat to win? So, that's how I see it. This has been Pool Kind of Boxing. Hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you like my content. And I'll see you guys in the next one.